Show, and it's summer, and many of us are kicking off fresh fitness and nutrition routine. I truly am. While most athletes and lifters are trapped by the same nutritional bottleneck, hitting their macro targets but failing to optimize the timing and delivery of their protein intake. Joining us today to chat is recovery nutritionist Dr. Chris Mohr. Welcome, Dr. Chris. How are you today, sir?
Good. What's happening? Good to be here.
All right. So when it comes to nutrition, we hear about dual action mechanics. Why is a blended approach potentially superior to a single source supplements?
Right. So you're asking all about you're talking about fitness, and what you're speaking specifically about is protein. Protein is such a popular nutrient, and for very good reason. But the point you brought up about the dual action, there's different types of protein. Not all protein is created equally, and the different types of protein are actually digested differently, but help hit your body and give you different benefits. So there's a particular product out there called Mulu cottage cheese. You may have heard of it. Cottage cheese is really, really popular right now. But this particular cottage cheese has two different types of protein. One gets into your bloodstream more quickly, whey protein. The other is digested more slowly for the slower acting release amino acids, which allow your muscles to recover and satiate you for a longer period of time.
So I'm basically working out 7 days a week using DDPY yoga, Diamond Dallas Pages yoga, and it's the best. I do about 30-minute workout every day. I just got in this routine about 30 days ago. I'm 53, former professional wrestler, so I don't need to hit the gym with the weights and all that stuff. I just do the yoga, and it's fantastic. I feel great and everything. But I also am doing some intermittent fasting now to even get even more ripped and get to the right shape I want to get, especially because I keep some of the weight on at 6'10". So I'm about 280, 290 pounds, depending on the day. So I want stuff that fills me. So I'm just rolling with appointments, calls, different things. So I start out my day, brain training, working out, then and that's what I'm starting after after these two calls, after these two podcasts today. Then I'm rolling in. Then my whole day is centered. But the problem is when I'm intermittent fasting, because I said, okay, I was just grazing too much. This sounds like something that's a good idea for me to hit that once my fast is over to grab something like this.
Well, for a number of reasons. So one, you of course, if you're fasting, you're limiting the time you're eating, of course, throughout the day, but you still want to make sure that protein is high. So Mulu cottage cheese is actually the highest protein per serving when we compare it to other cottage cheeses. There's 18 grams of protein per half a cup serving. So for you, who's limiting your window of eating, you need to get more protein in within that window. So this is a great product. Number one, it's also great tasting. Number two, and those two things can certainly help you reach your goals and meet your needs for what you're looking to achieve.
Okay, how do we hit high protein goals without unnecessary fillers or sugars? I make this mistake because I have testosterone replacement therapy and I love it. It makes me feel young as can be, but the problem is I want to eat all the time. And I'm feel like I'm eating back in my 20s, and it's okay because I'm not looking awful, but I still want to take some of that weight off. So how do we, get rid of that to get these high protein goals? Because there's so many fillers out there that will graze, the word grazing, and I know it so well. Uh,
Yeah, you really you just want to make sure you're choosing high quality options, right? So you can get protein without all those added fillers and other unnecessary ingredients. Things like cottage cheese can certainly play a role, and there's of course a different products out there. Mulu cottage cheese again is higher protein, which is great, 18 grams per half a cup serving, less than 1 gram of added sugar per serving, so that's fantastic. Of course, there's other great sources as well. I'm not suggesting everyone lives only on cottage cheese, but there's a lot of great quality protein options that don't have a lot of unnecessary ingredients. Things like dairy proteins, cheese, beef and chicken and fish, and so many other sources. Of course, with the other nutrients we need as well to give your body what it needs from a nutrient standpoint, protein, and then other vitamins and minerals, etc.
that's fantastic. I think that that's a great idea. So basically, tell us about your recovery philosophy when it comes to protein plan and any other considerations.
It's particularly important. You mentioned you do yoga regularly and you're a former professional wrestler. I love that. I worked with a handful of wrestlers over the years, is a fun group to work with. But recovery is certainly critical, and not just for someone in that industry, but for anybody. Right after exercise, you want to make sure you're giving your body back what you just used. So when you're exercising, you're breaking down tissue, you're breaking down muscle. You need to put protein and other nutrients back in to help that body repair and recover. You also need some carbohydrates to give your body the energy it needs for the next
What kind of
workout. And that,
carbs would you say?
yeah, I mean, there's all sorts. We want fiber rich, we want nutrient dense carbohydrates. Examples that come to mind: sweet potatoes, rice, pasta is a great one. Of course, fruits and vegetables, oats. There's a lot of different options that we can choose from, and variety is key because they all give us different nutrients
Mm,
to refuel and recover. But all of those are important. And again, in combination with high quality protein and in combination with high quality fats, all of these nutrients are crucial when we're thinking about recovering and repair, and not just from exercise, but even just to
right.
function and think throughout the day.
Well, it's interesting when you talk yoga, people say, well, yoga, this is resistance training yoga. And I'm telling you, it's a pretty hard workout. I want to increase it. So I hit it to 30 minutes straight. And I started about 10 minutes, went to 15, now at 30. And I'm trying more and more to put so much, but I feel it. I see my body looking better.
Great.
I see all that. That's where I said, okay, now I got to start decreasing some of the calories with the intermittent fasting, but also have stuff that's going to fill me because you got to feel satisfied and you're
Right.
not.
And
Yeah.
absolutely. And that's one of the benefits of protein. It's no that nutrient is known for filling you up, for being satiating. So you can get high quality nutrition, but then that satiates you for a long time. So you're not ravenously
Right.
hungry all the time, especially as you're increasing your
Right.
exercise or anyone else who might
Right.
be doing that as well.
I walk a mile a day with my dog at night. I thought this is enough. It's not like I want to be look like a weightlifter at this age. So is that a good process? You think what I'm doing, what I'm putting
Absolutely.
together?
Well, I mean, certainly, I'm always going to tell people to move more, and whether that's walking your dog, I do the same thing several times a day. After meals is great because that helps kind of utilize some of those nutrients. But a nice evening walk is absolutely a routine I'd recommend to anybody.
Yeah, and that's nice. And like you said, the thought process is constantly moving, always. And I think that starting the morning, getting that workout in, and going every day. But I can feel it in my muscles, like when I'm what I never thought. Because you have
Yeah.
290 pounds and you're doing a dog down, you're gonna really, it's gonna be painful,
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
and the flexing
Right.
maybe like 150 times, but that's
Yeah,
that just makes your day, makes you feel better too. But I think
absolutely.
this is a
Gives you that
great
energy
idea.
for
Where can
sure.
we find this cottage cheese? Is it at the grocery
Yeah,
stores?
so it
Mhm.
is. It's exclusive in Walmart right now.
Walmart. Oh,
And then
okay.
of course you can go online to muluprotein.com and you can put in like a store finder to make sure it's in your area, but it is in Walmart right now. It's 426 per container, so right on par with the other leading brands out there. But again, 18 grams of protein per half a cup serving. That's a really, it's the highest, like I said earlier, the highest protein per serving when it comes to cottage cheese, and it has those different types of dual action protein we talked about earlier.
So that dual action is so important. You have your proteins, have your carbs throughout the day, and if you do recommend intermittent fasting or not? Are you a fan of it or not?
It's one strategy. It's not the only strategy, but it's a way for people to limit their calories to a certain window throughout the day. So if that is a strategy that works for you, I'm not opposed to it. As long as you still have the energy you need, you're still maximizing the nutrients within your eating window. Again, it's not the only strategy, but it is one that some people do find successful.
All right, where can we find info on you?
My website is more results.com.
All right, thank you again. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank
All right,
you.
you're listening and watching the Neil Haley Show, and we'll be back in just a